What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel, Honest Hockey Takes. I am Howin and this is Scott, and today we will be talking about the biggest surprise in the NHL.
Yeah, guys, so this has been kind of a wild start to the season, and I don't think there's anything more wild than this. This has been something that I don't think anyone predicted, and that is the New Jersey Devils. This team has now won 10 games straight and is currently sitting at a 13-3 record to start the year. No one around predicted the Devils to be this good. Even me, a guy who loves the Devils, thinks it's a great team, but you know what? Even I didn't think they'd be this kind of a team.
No one thought that no one saw this coming, this team being this good.
Yeah, so for me, what personally is so amazing about this team right now is how they're winning these games. This is not just a team that's winning games because of fluke or getting a couple bounces here and there. And a lot of people thought this team was probably not even a playoff team to start this year. But there's some crazy stats right now about this team that shows just how dominant they really have been and just how consistent they have been. And one of the things I find the most amazing about the start for the New Jersey Devils right now is that somehow right now they are second in the NHL in shots taken and first in allowing the least shots against. When you have both of those things, that is a recipe for success. This is not a team who's getting fluky by any means right now with these wins. These are hard-earned wins right now.
Yeah, and another thing to add on to that, this team is killing it on the 5-on-5 because this team is just an average team in the power play and the
on the penalty kill.
They're not that good, but at the same time, they're like an okay team, but they're not elite in their special teams. So to see that how good they are in the 5-on-5 is incredible. So today I watched the game against Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens is a good team. I give them that. They're playing really well right now, but New Jersey just showed them who's the boss. Like they're just on a whole nother level. Their speed, the way they can use their speed to create transitions is insane. The goal that Dougie Hamilton scored, where they made the line, took advantage.
Beautiful goal.
So essentially, what happened in that play was they took advantage of a line change that the other team was making, Montreal was making, and literally it became a 2-on-1.
You can't catch him.
You can't catch him.
So I gotta say right now, I'll let Hohen continue.
Yeah.
But after the Colorado Avalanche, this is the second fastest team in all of hockey right now.
I'll argue they're even faster than the Colorado Avalanche right now.
It's crazy how fast this team is. They don't have slow people on this team.
Yeah, and then the other goal, Brendan Gallagher, Dawson Mercer took advantage of Brandon Gallagher and created that turnover, and then he literally took that puck and fully committed and sped to the net, which created Jesper Bratt's goal.
I think my favorite thing is I'm watching this game at home too because I enjoy watching the Devils play. The combination of the youth and the speed is just always really intriguing to me. But this guy here recently started watching some games because he's starting to buy what I'm drinking here about the Devils.
Yeah.
And he texts me up and he's just like, bro, the Devils is like one of those teams you see playing in NHL 2022. Like this is
the video game.
The video game. Like this isn't a real team. Like they're playing with teams, man. It's like a video game out there. I'm like, I know. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Another thing that's really impressed me with this team is just how quick. Well, we already reiterated this, but how with the way they play with their speed, how fast they are, but the quick decision making and how good their touches are with the puck. So when a defenseman pinches towards a player, that player makes that perfect pass to the other player. Like I saw Fabian Sutherland make that perfect passes everywhere now.
Yeah, which is very shocking for a team that's this young. Like this is one of the 5 youngest teams in the league right now, like bottom 5 in age. And yet they're still making such good decisions. Yeah, and one thing along with this decision making I wanted to bring up is at the beginning of this year, I was really down on Lindy Ruff. I actually really wanted him out of New Jersey. I thought he was a terrible, terrible fit for this young team.
Hey, the only reason you want that is because he's not playing Alexander Holt, your favorite player of all time.
It still pisses me off. Let the kid play, bro. Frick. Oh, I love watching Holt. But no, so Lindy Ruff, I didn't think his old archaic style, playing back in the coaching back in the 1990s, was going to have a good rapport with these younger players. But I was wrong. Like, I mean, even the younger players are buying into his old system about playing good away from the puck as well as with the puck. So I got to give credit to the New Jersey Devils for finding a way to not fire Lindy Ruff, and now it's paying off in spades.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I thought Lindy Ruff would kind of hold this team back, but but this guy just lets this team play. Like, look at all these players, like, being super creative with the puck, playing super fast. It's just incredible.
I was watching an interview of his today because I was kind of curious. I mean, like, this was a big game that we were watching tonight. It was their 10th win in a row, obviously against Montreal, which is pretty impressive to go 10-0. But he was going on about how it was a bit of give and take. He said he had to learn to kind of be a little more hands-off with some of the younger players and give them some of their freedoms to do what they wanted to do. But they also had to buy into his style a little bit and learn to buy in and not do as wild of stuff as they had been doing before, and actually kind of play a little more of his defensive system that he wanted. So it's a very give and take relationship, and I think they've kind of hit it right in the middle perfectly.
Yeah, and this year, having Nico Hischier playing at the level that he's playing at is
so
huge.
Well, I did not expect. See, when I predicted, because I'm one of the OG Devils truthers who thought the Devils would be good this year, I went around.
It's true.
Anyone I could find, if you watched the beginning of our very first video, I was like, this team could be a wild card this year.
He's a huge believer in the New Jersey Devils.
I did not think it was because of Nico Hischier. So I'm really impressed with Nico Hischier's play. His two-way play, his defensive game is really, really strong. He hasn't got hurt again yet, knock on wood, which is good. But I thought it would definitely be on the back of just Jack Hughes hard carrying this team with the help of Jasper Bratt. But no, it's definitely been a full team effort, and Nico has been a big part of that as a leader and as a two-way forward.
I'm also very impressed with Jack Hughes today as well. Like the way he
turned it on.
The way he shoots those pucks is on a whole nother level. Like did you see how he shot those goals?
Oh, the first goal.
The first goal is beautiful on the power play. And then the second goal, the goalie can't try to come up to play the puck, right? And then one of the guys got the puck because with the speed on the New Jersey Devils, got the puck on his speed and passed it over to Jack Hughes, who just ripped it.
He's got quick release.
It just shows how fast this team is. They thrive on other teams' mistakes. You just cannot give this team the puck.
very opportunistic.
Yeah.
I think in general, this Devils team, what's so special about it and why I think it's not going to fall off. Like, I'm not going to say they're going to win 80 games. Like, I know some people are like, oh, Scott, you just think they're going to win every game, don't you? No, that's not it. I don't think they're going to win every game. Obviously, they will fall off from this pace. It's not sustainable. But I do think this is 100%, without a doubt at this point, this is a playoff team.
100%.
100% this is a playoff team. This team is better than, my Washington Capitals and Pittsburgh and stuff like that. Like, this team's way better than those teams. But it's the fact that this team is so complete. Their defense is great. They know exactly how to play the game without making big errors. And their offense is 4 lines deep.
I love that offense.
They're getting the fourth line of having
Miles
Bastian,
Wood. I love Miles Wood.
And McLeod. That fourth line might be... Actually, not might. I'm going to say it. This is the best fourth line in hockey right now.
They're good.
This line is just how they've played. They're getting so much production from this fourth line, along with obviously being able to have 2 centers like Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. This team is just 4 lines deep, and they're getting scoring from everywhere. And they're 3 pairs of defense. Even Brandon Smith, who I always
I thought he sucked.
He does.
No,
he's the guy I always
good.
bag on.
He's the one guy I don't like on the team.
But when you have a top 4 defensive core of John Marino, Jogan Siegenthaler, Dougie Hamilton, and Ryan Graves,
you're
really
forgetting about my
spot.
Severson.
Yeah, he's in the box. That's why I'm forgetting about him. The guy's always in the penalty box, bro. But that top 4 is one of the best defense core out there. They just play so well in their own zone. They're so good with their sticks, breaking up plays, and it's just fantastic to watch.
And Vitek Vanacek has been amazing.
He has.
So solid, stable.
That has been the answer they've been looking for in net. Because a lot of people said last year that this team was actually not as bad as their record. This was a lottery team, guys. This is a team that picked 2nd overall last year, was a bottom 5 team in the league. But a lot of that was because they had 7 goaltenders play. 7 goalies playing in one season is absurd. You never hear about that. When have you ever seen 7 goalies?
Oh, Vegas, that 1 year.
That 1 year, yeah, where they were playing the Danish kid and it just doesn't happen very often. And I said this team, this is why in my predictions I thought New Jersey was a playoff team. I watched them play and I'm like, this offense is kind of decent. They had some good defensive ads with John Marino, Siegenthaler came in a couple years ago, and then Graves last year. This is a decent defensive core once Dougie Hamilton's healthy. But my worry was in net. But I said if they get even decent, okay goalie play, this team could be a playoff contender.
Yeah, I know there's no way to track this because we didn't have this hockey channel last year for last hockey season, but Scott here was already a believer in this New Jersey Devils team last year already. He kept telling me how good this team plays. They just
so
don't have
fast.
a goalie.
Yeah, it's just like a fun watch. Like
Yeah.
if you want to go watch a hockey game, you want to watch a team like obviously Colorado, but you also want to watch a team like the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
It's such a similar fast play style.
Yeah, like legit, like what I told Scott, text Scott earlier today. I'm like watching the New Jersey Devils today. They look like straight up from the video games because everyone seems like they have like full stamina every time.
They're all pressing.
Like,
they're all pressing
the
R.
R.
They got the speed burst. They're speeding
speed burst
around
everywhere,
at all times.
and then you just switch lines, and then the next line has like a full speed burst.
It's crazy.
Because the difference in speed between the Montreal Canadiens and New Jersey
And
Devils was this.
And that's funny because Montreal is actually a pretty fast team.
They're fast team and they're a good team.
That really shows you when a team like that is like pretty solid as well for speed.
So Scott, how long do you think New Jersey Devils can maintain this type of pace? Maybe not at a 10-0 pace, but maybe at like an 8-2 pace, like kind of like an 80% win rate. Like how long do you think this can go?
I don't think they can get no 80% win rate, but this is a team I fully believe. I don't even think at this point they would be a wild card. I think they actually might just get like the third or second spot, probably third by the end of the year. Because I expect Carolina and I expect New York to step it up a little bit. So I don't think New Jersey is going to necessarily be able to fend them off for an entire 82-game season. But this is a team people got to start giving respect to. This is a fun team, and this is a team that's probably going to somehow find a way to get 45 wins.
Okay, I mean, I think they can I don't know. I have no idea because I don't know how sustainable the way they're scoring 5-on-5 is. I think, like you said, I agree that they will probably fall to like the second or third. I just don't think they'll hold on to first. But
yeah, which isn't an insult by any means. I mean, Carolina's a great team. New York's a great team. So
but
I definitely still think.
But 100%, I know this team's a playoff team. Everyone knows it. This team's too good. It's just last year they didn't have that goalie to bail them out, and this year they have a goalie. And on top of that, they're playing even better. Jack Hughes is a lot better than he was last year. Nico Hischier is playing a lot better than he did last year. Even Jesper Brad's playing better than he did last year. Unreal.
No, it's great. I do still stick by my original preseason predictions. I do think Jack Hughes can hit 100 points this year.
Yo, on top of that, sorry to interrupt, but on top of that addition, we'll emphasize this again. The addition of Marino is huge for this team.
It's life-changing. Like, even just the game I watched tonight, he made one blunder where he turned it over, and then he was the first guy back, and he broke it up and deflected the puck out of play. Like, this guy's just so good, and he does it without having to worry about just hitting people like a brute. He is just so good with his stick and his positioning. Like, between him and Siegenthaler, those two guys might be the two most underrated defensemen for defensive play in all of hockey.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. How does it feel losing this guy,
Terrible trade.
You guys just got clocked today, 5-2. How's that feel, huh?
Yeah, what is it they're doing every game? Oh, yeah, allowing 5 goals a game.
Yeah.
Guess they could use a defenseman, hey?
Oh, Crosby, what were you? -5 or -4? Oh, that sucks. Out of 10, what were you? -4, -5?
They were only minus, 3, okay?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure they're like -4 last I checked. I'm like, yo, you guys suck.
Terrible trade.
Yeah.
I like New Jersey made off like
Jack Petrie isn't gonna save you.
You know
what have he done?
You know what's kind of crazy
What?
about all this? I just realized this.
What?
They're doing this without Palat even. Palat's been hurt
Oh,
this
yeah,
whole
Palat.
time.
I forgot about Palat.
He's been
already.
out for that 10-game win streak. Dude, imagine when Palat comes back and they have that extra boost too.
He'll probably go in the third line.
Oh, he will probably
Yeah.
be on the third line at this point.
They're like, oh, we can't ruin the chemistry on the top 6 right now. You can go in third line.
That just shows me that I think they can take it the distance for as a long-term player.
But a guy like that is huge. Palat has cup experience.
Give it 5 weeks when he comes back.
He's probably already showing the love to that locker room, how you got to be winners. Showing them the winner mentality.
One more question, and then we'll probably set out.
Okay.
So, if this team is third, okay?
Yeah.
It's third or second.
Okay.
Say it's third or second, realistically.
Yeah.
And they played the New York Rangers in playoffs. Who do you think's winning round 1?
Oof. That's tough.
It is tough, right? Imagine at the beginning of the year. If I asked this guy at the beginning of the year, he would literally have looked at me and said, Rangers in 4, idiot.
Definitely not in 4, but I still have Rangers only because of Shesterkin. Because Shesterkin is a franchise elite level.
It is a goalie gap.
Yeah,
it is definitely
there's a huge goalie gap there, and we've seen him being like dominant in the playoffs last year.
But what does that say? When at the beginning of the year it wouldn't have been a question,
No.
and now we're debating.
No one.
This
no,
is a 7-game
in the beginning
series.
of the year, no one even talked about New Jersey making a playoffs. Come on. But now it's like, no, I think this will go a distance. I think it's gonna be at least 6 games, at least.
It's because they have all the metrics that line up for a consistent team that's not necessarily going to fall off. If this team had won 10 games in a row and they were winning all these games by 1, and all of them they were like getting outshot by 5 or 6, and like had some hero goaltending play, it would not be sustainable.
Oh yeah.
But
one thing I want to add. One thing that I forgot to add that really impresses me about this team is not only are they fast, but they're not lazy. They make that extra effort all the time to
Always.
to break to stick check and to hit someone.
The play's never dead.
The play never dies.
No, they don't quit.
Every player is buying in. All players on this team. Everyone on this team. I wish the Oilers would do that.
That's a pipe dream. You know that's not gonna happen. But yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up our talk on the Devils today. I mean, we couldn't really not talk about these guys after this like crazy run they've been on. It's just crazy impressive, and to me, at least. I don't know about you guys. You can leave a note in the comments below, but it is the biggest surprise of this young NHL season. So if you guys enjoyed this, please feel free to like and subscribe to the video. We very much appreciate it, everyone, as well as the comments. We really love interacting with you guys, so feel free to leave some below. Until next time, take care.
Bye.